Hello, everyone. For my project this summer, I worked with a company named Western Resource Advocates, also called WRA throughout this presentation. They are a nonprofit organization that work at the local and state levels to protect the Western Interior states' land, air, and water resources. I worked on 3 projects focusing on water conservation with the Healthy Rivers program at WRA. One of the projects I worked on was contributing to a state water policy database. In an effort to make water policies more accessible nationwide, the Healthy Rivers program manages this online database compiled of notable water policies focused on water efficiency, land use water integration, and water reuse throughout the country. This database is publicly accessible to anyone interested in learning more about the policies focused on water conservation. The ultimate goal of this database is to encourage more states throughout the nation to adopt these policies in their states as well. My contribution to this database was adding the Colorado Turf Replacement House Bill 22-1151. And this image is an image of what the database looks like if you were to go onto the website. This map shows all the different states that are included in the database so far. The next project that I worked on this summer was updating WRA's Colorado Turf Replacement Program spreadsheet, along with creating an FAQ memo on the benefits and challenges of artificial turf. Western Resource Advocates keeps an updated record of the different turf replacement programs throughout Colorado's different municipalities, which allows them to better understand the impact of replacing high water use grass turf for water-wise landscapes throughout the state of Colorado. Along with the turf replacement spreadsheet, an FAQ memo was compiled of information from different sources to teach organizations, municipalities, and individuals about the benefits and challenges of utilizing artificial turf in place of real grass turf. This memo shows the readers that the challenges that will come with artificial turf throughout its lifespan outweigh the benefits, and that choosing a low water use native grass turf or water-wise landscaping is a more beneficial option to a healthy earth compared to installing artificial turf. The final project I worked on this summer was updating case studies for a TAP fee guide that was published by WRA. The Conservation-Oriented Water System Development Charge, also known as a TAP fee guide, is an important guide for developers building in the state of Colorado. It was updated to include new charges and reduced fees of specific case studies for 5 cities in the state of Colorado in an effort to incentivize developers to choose more sustainable methods and products that will help reduce the water use for the building or development they are working on. In conclusion, these projects taught me about the importance of policy work in the sciences. Conservation changes throughout our country can't happen without the hard work of policy workers along with local and state level programs. I would like to thank the NSF for funding this project. Next, I would like to thank my mentors at WRA for helping me throughout the summer with my projects and teaching me about policy work along with different ways of conserving our resources. I would also like to thank everyone involved in the Geo-Launchpad internship and UNAVCO for this opportunity to learn and grow this summer. Lastly, I would like to acknowledge the land these projects took place on. Thank you so much for your time.
Very nice. We have 3 minutes for questions. All right, looks like we've got something in the chat. Donna would like to know, what was the most challenging aspect?
I think the most challenging aspect was making sure that I found all of the information for each of the different programs online, because sometimes it seemed like the information could be spread out, or they were not in very obvious places and I had to do some digging. And then there was some different cities that I reached out to through email to get more information about their programs because they didn't put information online.
Very good. Okay, So Heather asked, if you were to continue, what do you think would be a good next step?
With all of the projects or with just a specific one?
Maybe
I
either or.
I
I
can,
think, I'm sorry,
Mhm.
what was
I was going to say, actually it could be with this specific project, but also if you were to continue work in policy with the same organization, what would be a next step of something you'd like to do on that?
I think if I were to continue working with the same organization, it would be really cool to learn about all of the different departments that they have. I know they have one that focuses on land, and then they have another one that focuses on air. And I think learning every aspect of the different resources and how they protect them would be really interesting. And then just digging deeper into the protection of the Healthy Rivers program and what else they do besides just these databases and publications that they've made.
That's great. Great question. There's one more in the chat. Where would you like to see the project focus on in the future, or favorite one?
Like, which of the 3 projects was my favorite?
Possibly. Shelley, do you want to clarify? Sure. She says, so which project was your favorite?
I would say I definitely took a liking to the turf replacement program. I liked all of them a lot, but I did focus a lot more time and energy into that one. I found it very interesting. I didn't know that different cities and towns had turf replacement programs. So that's really, really great that they provide financial assistance or give grants and rebates back to individuals along with commercial businesses in order to do the water-wise landscaping. And there are some very beautiful options out there for water-wise landscapes other than just looking at grass all day. So I would definitely say that one was probably my favorite. It taught me a lot.